Can deadlifts actually mess up your back? It's a question that sparks a lot of debate in gyms and in health circles. Some people swear by them as the ultimate strength builder, while others warn they're a recipe for injury. The truth is, deadlifts aren't inherently bad for your back. In fact, when done correctly, they're one of the best exercises you can do to keep your spine strong and supported. The real issue isn't the movement itself, it's how people perform it. So let's break that down right now. I'm Dr. Ryan Wohlfert, and your back is made up of a stack of bones called vertebrae, held together by ligaments and supported by muscles. That system protects your spinal cord while giving you the flexibility to move. When you deadlift, you're lifting weight from the ground by hinging at your hips and straightening your knees. Done properly, this motion activates the muscles of your entire posterior chain. That's the back of your body, your hamstrings, your glutes, and the extensors along your spine. These are exactly the muscles that keep you upright, stable, and protected in everyday life. Studies on biomechanics show that deadlifts can actually be good for your spine when your form is correct. Here's why. First, they strengthen the muscles along your back, and maybe even more importantly, it strengthens your hips and your glutes and teaches you how to use those big muscles to do the heavy lifting, not the smaller low back joints and muscles that aren't designed for that. Stronger hips and a stronger back means more support for your spine, which lowers your risk of injury during everyday tasks like lifting groceries, bending, or even standing for long periods. Second, they help improve spinal alignment. When you keep a neutral spine during a deadlift, the vertebrae stack in the way they're meant to. That reduces unnecessary pressure on the discs between them, which can lower the risk of herniations or degeneration. Third, deadlifts improve core stability. Your abs and deep spinal muscles fire up to keep you braced during the movement. That stability translates to better posture, more balance, and less strain on your lower back in daily life. But here's the catch. All of these benefits depend on doing the lift correctly. The most common mistakes are what give deadlifts their bad reputation. The first big mistake is rounding the back. When people hunch over instead of keeping the spine neutral, it piles pressure onto the lower back and the discs. That's when injuries like strains or herniations are most likely to happen. The second mistake is lifting too heavy too soon. If the weight is beyond your current strength, your form almost always breaks down. That's when the back compensates and takes more strain than it should. The third is just poor technique in general. Things like not engaging your core, letting the bar drift too far from your body, and rushing the movement. If you look in the description, I'll add a link to a video showing you how to correctly engage your core. So how do you deadlift safely? Well, here are a few key tips. Practice the hip hinge. So before diving into deadlifts with weights, learn how to properly perform the movement and engage your hips. So check the description. I'll provide another link to a video so you can learn how to practice the hip hinge first. You want to keep a neutral spine. That means no excessive arching and no rounding, just a strong straight alignment from your head to your tailbone. As mentioned, you also want to engage your core. Think of bracing your midsection before you even start the lift. Again, check the description for the link on how to engage your core and how to build strength in your deep core muscles. You also want to just gradually increase the weight. Don't start off with too much weight too soon. Master the movement with lighter loads first and then build that up over time. And as always, listen to your body. If you have sharp pain, that's a red flag and you don't want to push through that. At the end of the day, the question, do deadlifts mess up my back? It doesn't really have a yes or a no answer. Done wrong? Yeah, they absolutely can. But done correctly, they're one of the best ways to build a stronger back, better posture, and more resilient spine. So instead of avoiding these deadlifts out of fear, think about learning the right technique, starting slow, and progressing the right way. And also check the description below and get your posture and mobility assessment with me from anywhere in the world so we can make sure your spine and body is in the strongest position and you can always be your own guarantee for your health and your life.